response on, of all issues, I didn't think Mr. DeLay would be arguing evolution in the 21st century, but here we go again. We're talking about us and the monkeys and everything. Here it goes.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. To me, it's pretty simple. A person either believes that God created this process or believes that it was an accident and that it just happened all on its own. And the basic question was an unfair question because it simply asked us in this simplistic manner whether or not we believed, in my view, whether there's a God or not. Well, let me be very clear. I believe there is a God. I believe there's a God who was active in the creation process. Now, how did he do it, and when did he do it, and how long did he take? I don't honestly know. And I don't think knowing that would make me a better or a worse president. But you know, if anybody wants to believe that they are the descendants of a primate, they are certainly welcome to do it. I don't know how far they will march that back. But I believe that all of us in this room are the unique creations of a God who knows us and loves us and who created us for his own purpose.
Well, here we are back in the Scopes trial, the monkey trial. He did lay it out there, even though he talked a lot about the way most of us look at things, somewhere between the literal interpretation and imagery or rhetoric or whatever, the way people talk back in the Old Testament. But he clearly said we are not descended from the primates. Where are you on this one?
Well, first of all, let me talk about the debate.
Yeah.
I thought it was a pretty spirited debate, and I thought they did a pretty good job. There's some things that I'm very disappointed about. Global warming, not one of them took on global warming.
But they agreed with it.
More or less, and that's very disappointing. They're running for a primary. They're not running for the general election. Secondly, they ought to get together and negotiate who asks the questions. If you're going on CNN, CNN had an agenda. They wanted to make these guys look like Neanderthals. So what is the subject?
You think so?
Evolution.
Yeah.
And gays in the military, and abortion, and not the issues that are important to Republican primary voters, not the issues that are important to the American people that they're thinking about.
Do you think gays in the military is an issue that just bringing it up helps the Dems? I think the Democrats were right down the line in saying open service by gay people, openly arrived at whatever. You think that's a positive?
No, it's a way, and you're using it. You're using evolution on your show. It's a way to throw it out there and then try to create an issue that's not an issue with the American people. The American people don't go home at night and debate evolution.
I grew up in this country, too. I know we don't argue about this every day, but 60% of the American people believe basically the fundamentalist interpretation of the Bible. So it's not like it's an exotic position that Huckabee's taking there, or you might have.
Well,
it's not an exotic position.
You're sitting there and you're giggling about it. And
I'm giggling because I think it's, I'll say to you on and off the air, I think it's fascinating that in the 21st century we're having the monkey trial all over again.
Exactly.
And I still think it's weird.
And I think
it's on Broadway right now.
Why is it brought up? Well, now you have to ask yourself, why is it brought up?
Because when we had the first debate at the Reagan Library, one of the people called in this question. It wasn't a media person that came up with the idea. It was somebody who wanted to know the position. You're laughing, but you know.
Why was it brought up? That
somebody
gays in the military. Those are not issues that are important
Everything is not
today.
a conspiracy. And you can't shape the battlefield like Schwarzkopf and say, we're only going to talk about these 3 or 4 issues. Now let's talk about how tough we can be on torture and bombing Iran.
I'm talking about things that are important to the American people, problems that we need to be solving. How do these people feel about those kinds of problems?
But there are people that believe, if you believe in evolution,
set them up as Neanderthal. And I don't, by the way, I don't believe in evolution.
Okay, you don't believe in it. So you're a Neanderthal. We'll be right back with Tom DeLay. He's staying